Welcome everyone to A Slice of Anime. I know we had a bit of a resting period there, but we had to reschedule some things, and now everything perfectly lines up. This will be our Slice of Anime of the Year discussion. A little bit earlier than we wanted, but hey, that just means we get it all sooner to you. So joining me today, we're gonna do a slight introduction since it is such a special episode. We got Bench here today,
Hello, happy to be here.
and Dark,
How's it going, guys?
and Wolf,
Yo, what's up?
and special guest Navi.
I'm back.
He's back and better than ever. Do we want to actually have like a regular discussion before we do like our talk of the
Check
awards,
us
or
out
just go
on
straight into the awards?
YouTube.
Mother,
Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Rest in Peace, and Audible. Like the podcast. Check us out on Twitter, and check out our main show, Slice of Gaming. I do
what would
your
I do
job better
without
than
you?
you. Do we want to transition right into the awards? Because
Let's go straight into the awards.
Yeah, might as well. Then we'll see like how
man.
long we've been recording, and then base if we want to talk after that.
Well, everyone knows we always complain about award shows being too early in the year, so we decided to do ours early in the year. Don't think about it. Obviously, we want this to be the last episode of Slice of Anime for the year because we want to end out in a bang, and we want to do our Anime of the Year stuff. Now, you may be wondering, oh, what about this show? It's still airing. I doubt like our opinions on any of these shows is going to change in the coming month with like the last 3 episodes of the season for fall anime. So we're really excited to like kind of look forward, see what's coming up, and reflect on this year of anime. Which I mean, I'll just ask off the top of the show, like, are we satisfied with this year of anime? Like, do we think this was a good year for anime?
This was one of the best years.
Yeah, one of the best years. And I think in the past couple years, anime has just gotten better and better. I mean, there's always something to watch. Not every single like season of the year, there's at least one or two things you're actively anticipating and wanting to watch.
I mean, Navi, I know you're more of an OG. Like, I heard there was times in like earlier years where, oh yeah, season comes and there's like one show, if even.
Yeah. Back in the 2010s, 11s, you would watch trash because that was what was available.
It's like, hey, this is all we got. We got to work with what we got, guys. Well, we want to talk about some anime. I think we're ready to give out some awards.
The problem
basically,
is all of our awards are going to go to the same show for the most part.
yeah, for us individuals. I mean, I got some different choices. So
basically,
the way we're doing. Yeah, so basically the way we're doing this, we're not doing like a collective vote, like, oh, this is the collective Slice of Gaming, but more our individual picks, like what we personally want to give this show an award, all that good stuff. And we think that like we want it to be kind of a chill award show, if anything else, nothing like
more
too
professional
formal
stuff is
come on,
coming
you got the Game Awards tomorrow from the time we're recording.
Well, I mean,
this, so
even our professional stuff. Stay tuned.
Oh, okay. Why does he do this? Anyways, I think we want to talk about some anime. So basically, I got a bunch of categories here. I'm just going to read out the category and then go one by one for each of the members, what their personal pick is. I think we're going to start with Best Protagonist, basically the main character of the show. I think this can also apply to like, maybe not like, if it's a trio of protagonists, you could choose one of them, but like just in general, who your favorite protagonist of any anime that came out this year. I think I want to start with Bench. How about you?
My protagonist of the year is Rudius Guerrerat from Mushoku Tensei. I think his portrayal of going through depression, and he's pretty much at his life's lowest low, even comparing it to his previous life, this is somehow still lower for him because he has more connections now. And seeing his struggle, and at the end of season 1, you thought he got over that. It was very, and then like you just don't get over stuff like that this fast. And seeing his struggle throughout the first half of season 2 this year was just an incredible watch because it all felt so natural and relatable in so many different instances that, I mean, he's probably still not even cured. It's just they nailed it out of the park with his character writing this year.
It's funny because if this was season 1 Rudius, I would not put him as protagonist of the year, but specifically season 2, they show how he's developed over the years, how he's grown into being like a genuinely like very likable protagonist. Because I mean, he purposely you don't like him in season 1. Like that's what they want you to.
And they make
don't
you
want
like
you to
him.
like. Yeah, exactly. And it's like over time you see him grow and slowly become the man he is today. And I think that's genuinely very skillful as an author and very difficult to get right, to go from making someone not likable to extremely likable. And I think Rudius is definitely a good pick
Especially
for
like in the beginning,
protagonist.
because you're supposed to like your main character because you want to follow their journey. So that's
Yeah.
pretty bold to make your character unlikable in the first season. It'd be different if he was like
Yeah.
likable in the first, not likable in the second because something bad happens, because then you have that attachment. But to make him not likable off the bat is pretty bold.
It's very it's very
But
risky.
it worked because they actually went back to his past life and actually
Yeah.
showed his struggle and how he's changing. So that's why it's working. And most of these guys doesn't do that. They just throw away their past life and just give them a new life.
You understand why he's the person he is.
Yeah.
And slowly seeing him actually break out of that funk. That's a very good choice for protagonist. Dark, you got a protagonist?
Yeah, Miorin, or I can never pronounce her name right, but the secondary protagonist
Miorine.
from Witcher Mercury. If you watch the show, I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but her growth and the way that she was portrayed throughout the second season was utterly incredible, and I don't think anything else I've watched comes close to how she was handled. And I'm very glad that they were able to go in that direction that they took with her, to keep things as spoiler-free as possible.
He's great in season 1.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm interested in it. I always talk about like, oh, I'd like to watch that show,
No,
but Max.
You would like this one, I think.
It's
I
a good
hope.
show for you to get into.
Even I
It-
like
it
this.
is-
Probably
it is-
this one.
So what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Three Houses.
That's
How
what
the
everyone
political
says.
Yeah,
system-
it's what it is.
Whoa.
Oh, I thought of it. I didn't think everyone thought that.
Yeah,
You
when it was
have-
first
you have
airing,
different-
everyone called it Gundam Three Houses.
Yes.
Interesting.
So-
I do like Three
So
Houses.
it's not political about continents. It's more about a system, and then there's like clans within the system.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that's definitely one I want to check out. Navi, how about you? What's your protagonist of the year?
Mash.
Mash, hell yes.
Yeah,
From Mashal.
From Mashal.
He is
Uh,
he is legitimately just Saitama, and I love it. But like different in a lot of ways. I really love Mash as well.
Yeah, he doesn't take himself too seriously. They portray him as I don't like overpowered characters unless it's like One Punch Man or Mash, where they don't take themselves seriously and they're dumb and they don't think they're overpowered, but they still try to figure out ways how to overcome obstacles. And
Mhm.
like Mash, every time he has an obstacle with magic, he does it with strength, and I just love it.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like Mash is definitely one of those characters where like every time he was on screen, he doesn't talk much, but when he talks, it's like, oh, I will listen.
I always chuckle. I get
Yep.
I at least give us chuckle.
Exactly. Moon, how about you?
So I had to change this one a couple of times just to avoid a lot of repeats. But I kind of settled on the dual protagonist of Nagatoro and Senpai from their second season for this year. And I'm just only saying this because
Is his name just Senpai?
yeah, well, he does have a name. It's Naoto, but it's never said, at least in the anime, and it only recently got revealed in the manga. Like he just went by Senpai for like many chapters.
What?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Um,
You know, tell me about him.
and I'm just gonna give it just for the character development because especially in a lot of these just simple high school rom-coms,
It's
it's they tend to stay pretty the same, but between season 1 and season 2 there's a lot of character growth and development. So I'm just gonna hand it to them for that kind of progression in the story and their characters compared to a lot of other ones where between season 1 season 2 it's a lot of more of the same, just more crazy adventures. But no, here we actually have progression as characters and them getting along. Because, and someone pointed this out, I read it as a comment and I completely agree, but Nagatoro and Senpai are two extremes and they level each other out, and you can definitely see that at least coming to season 2 where he brings her down out of her craziness and she brings him up to be more independent and like have a backbone and all that. because he's literally jellyfish at the beginning of the series. He does not do anything for himself. So it's just nice to see that character growth, and so that's why I settled on them.
I only watched
that-
3 episodes, and I thought, "Oh, this is just gonna stay the same," so I stopped. But that character, if the characters actually grow, I might actually go back and watch the rest.
Yeah, well, that's Nagatoro's kind of famous for having like the hardest like first 2 or 3 episodes to get through, because she is like at her worst at the very beginning.
Yeah, and I just thought it was just gonna be that,
No,
that gimmick of
they mellow each other out a lot.
Well, my protagonist. Get ready to hear this series a lot. My protagonist is Thorfinn from Vinland Saga season 2.
amazing.
I genuinely like. I struggle to see a character as well written and has as good of character development as Thorfinn in any other show. The character development is the main word there, because season 1, I liked Thorfinn, but like he was not the highlight. He was not the reason
Yeah,
you watched
exactly.
Vinland Saga.
Yep.
But season 2, you see this man who, like, I guess slight spoilers, but who is broken after the end of season 1. He lost everything. He feels like his whole life has zero purpose. He's a slave. And over the course of this season, you see him slowly pick himself back up, slowly wanting that desire to live, to see peace. And like there's a really extremely powerful moment around the midway point of the season where he effectively says, I'm becoming a pacifist. I will not kill, I will not hurt anyone anymore. And especially at the end, all I'll say is I have no enemies, which mind blowing. One of my favorite moments in any anime, and
Yeah,
really comes down to just how well developed that character is.
that's amazing. I love him.
I love him so much. Best next category, best supporting character. So effectively, not really the protagonist, but like your other characters. You know, like your lower tiers. I don't want to say lower tiers, but like, you know what I mean. Like your kind of deuteragonist. Deuteragonist, is that the word, Moon?
What?
It's a deuteragonist or
I
do
think so. I'll have to look that up.
yeah, your supporting characters. Anyone knows what a supporting character is. Vetch, what's your best supporting?
My best supporting character is Sagiri from Hell's Paradise. I think she does a very good job at
She's
propping
good.
up. She's good because it's the only thing I'm going to give like an award to Hell's Paradise, but it's definitely like a hidden gem of this year that I really, really enjoyed. And I think Gabimaro, the main protagonist, wouldn't be as good as he is without Sagiri's like look into how he is. I think that like how she like affects the main character and just overall her character is just really good. So I really like Sagiri.
I feel like I would have like given her more credit, but I didn't really care for her in the beginning of the series because I felt like she was just like I'm so weak. I can't do anything. And it's like
better
okay,
over
this is
time.
yeah,
As
it
they get
definitely gets
farther
better.
in
She
the
becomes a
island.
badass.
Yeah, like as they get farther in the island, all the characters develop. And the thing I hear is like we're only gonna have one more season and then it's done. That's what I like to hear.
That's what I like to hear. Oh yeah. Dark, what's your best supporting character?
Elaine from The Witch from Mercury. Again, I apologize. I
Oh,
can't get
man.
into spoilers because this is season 2. He drives the plot forward a lot. For a supporting character, which is really weird, you would think this mainly happens because of like the main, but the way that the story is handled, the supporting cast does matter a lot, especially Elaine, and the way that his growth shapes the story, it was really interesting to see.
That's awesome to hear. Moon, what about you? What's your best supporting character?
Okay, I had a cop out because I couldn't really think of one. It's hard to do side characters because especially since like I watched 95% rom-coms this year. So I'm gonna do the cop out and say anyone besides Aqua and Oshinoko. Pretty much.
Honestly, based.
I said this as I finished the show. It's like, you know what? The sisters fine. Those other girl characters that they have in the idol group, all of them are fine. I wouldn't mind watching their show. Just find working their way through the entertainment industry, and just watch that. It'd be perfectly fine. But fucking Aqua, I hate this guy so much. I don't want to be around him. And so,
Edgelord.
yeah, Edgelord Supreme. So I'm just like, you know what? All these other girls are fine, and just because they make the show somewhat tolerable, I'll give them best supporting character.
I unironically, I was like I was in a bad mood when I read this take. I saw someone say Aqua is better than Light from Death Note. I was in such a bad mood the entire day. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Just like it's fucked up after that one. What's it called? Navi, what's your best supporting character?
The music, Mikasa from Attack on Titans. The way they portrayed her at the end and what she had to do to get to her goal, uh, really broke me inside, and it was perfect. The way they ended her character was, in my opinion, perfect.
Um, Interesting. Okay, so wait, that's the last episode that they recently
Yes,
released for
it's
Goatee?
yeah,
Okay,
it's part 3 or whatever it's called.
interesting.
Attack on
But I mean,
Titan Part 3,
I-
Part 2.
yeah, really.
The final chapter, part 3, part 2.
Yeah.
Dark, would you agree with that? Because I know you're not big on the ending.
Well, yeah, I'm not big on the ending, but Mikasa does have a lot of growth at the end. But like, for ults, Mikasa is not the reason why I think the ending is bad. So
I love
agree
the
with
ending.
Navi.
I'm the complete opposite from him. I thought the ending was perfect for
I think
the
the ending's the
series.
best.
Damn.
Like the anime did it a bit better, but I think it's so sucked. But that said, I don't think Mikasa is the reason why it was bad in my opinion. I do like Mikasa and the way she was handled.
Fight. Now, for my best supporting character, this is kind of out of nowhere, but I'm gonna go with Sylphia from Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, that's
I-
also a really good choice.
I went with her because in the first season she was always kind of just like the starting character. It's kind of like in an RPG where you just have like, oh yeah, okay, you're a starting character, and then you just as soon as possible you remove them for the cool characters. And that's kind of how I felt about Sophie. And I was like, oh, she has focus in the season. I don't know about that, but then you actually see her, and she is absolutely incredible. They really develop like both her romance for Rudius as well as just in general, like she starts to become her own character. Like in the beginning, she
think-
was just like this scared little girl, and now she actually becomes like this capable, strong mage who is genuinely adorable.
Yeah.
I love her.
She kind of feels like a dual protagonist to that first half of the second season.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she was a massive focus for that. And you saw her perspective on
I
a
mean-
lot of things as well. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, she's barely a supporting character. Listen, it was either this or I was going to go with another Vinland Saga character. Okay, guys. Best opening theme. This is basically just like when you turn on the show, what's the song that greets you? There's a lot of good openings this year. Bench, what's your choice?
I have two choices because I couldn't choose. So I'm going to break the rules. Mushoku Tensei's opening and Zom 100's opening. I think they are both equally amazing.
Mushoku Tensei. I'll be real with you. Okay, wait, no, now I remember. I legitimately just forgot how
Yeah.
it went.
Like with Mushoku Tensei, when I first heard the second season was going to have an opening, I was actually pretty hesitant, but they nailed it. And when it needs to happen, it happens. It's also just like a banger song with a just banger opening.
The
So-
imagery is very powerful.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Yes.
But I don't know if that would be like my number one choice. So Zom, wait, it just literally gun to the head. Would you choose Zom 100 or Mushoku Tensei? Choose right now.
Zom 100 because it's more memorable.
Okay, yeah. Zom 100 has a really fun opening. My problem with Zom 100's opening though is that there's just like a midway point where it's just zombies running on screen, and it's like, oh,
No,
okay.
no. Wolf, you didn't see the opening because I guess they just like couldn't finish it or something. But now in the like latest released episode is a complete anime opening, and that's the one that I'm choosing because that's just amazing. You should listen to it and watch it.
Yeah. That's the one episode I didn't watch. I watched
You-
every episode
that's-
except that one episode.
Yeah, the latest
Yeah.
one has the before they went on their hiatus. Yeah, it has the complete opening.
And it's actually like a very good opening with all the
There's a
visuals
lot going on
matching
in
like
that opening.
with all
Yes.
the visuals matching like the lyrics, and it's very good. I'd recommend listening to it.
And it
Is
really
Zom 100
sucks.
still not done?
It's still not done.
Christmas.
Oh,
Christmas,
Oh,
they're
man,
releasing
I've
the
been
last 3
waiting.
episodes.
I've been.
It
waiting.
is so good.
The left-
Zom
yeah.
100 is like the kind of like sad story of this year because it's like that was probably going to be like an anime of the year contender for me, but it kept getting hiatuses and screwed up. It's like, man, I wish I was Navi there, where I'm just like I waited until it was done to watch it.
Yeah, I hate waiting, man. Sucks.
I feel that. Wait, what? Oh, best opening. Sorry, Dark. What's your best opening?
Again, which from Mercury season
Mercury.
2. It wasn't. I don't know how anyone can dispute this one. Okay, if you listen to it, I think you would agree with me.
The
I
first
have not
opening is
listened to it.
amazing.
The first
So
opening
Wait,
is
so you're
amazing.
talking-
I think they're both amazing.
Yeah, I expect
This is
good
season
things from
2,
the
you're
second
saying?
one.
Yeah, season 2. But that came out this
I'll
year.
listen to that real quick while Moon tells me his favorite opening.
It feels like a cop out, but like I think I have to go with the 100 Girlfriends opening. It's just a lot. It's chaotic fun.
Yeah.
There was a runner-up I wanted to mention though. Which one was it? Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten actually had a really fun opening. And I'll
I usually
touch on
don't like rom-com openings, but like 100
Yeah.
Girlfriends is really good.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
lean in because they make it more comedic. And then I'll touch on this more when we go to visuals and animation studio. But the Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses opening just like had no need to go that hard. At least in terms of the actual animation. The song itself is fine, but for some reason they went so hard with the animation on the opening and Forgot Her Glasses. But I think that was about it.
Okay, so I just listened to the Witch from Mercury season 2 opening. It's a little too melodramatic for me. I can recognize it's a good opening. It's just not my thing.
Go listen to
It
Song
really-
100.
You have to go with the show too. That's what they
Yeah,
complement
it's
one
probably
another.
like it hits
Oh.
harder.
I'm listening to 100 Girlfriends right now. I like it. It's decent.
Yeah, it's
It's
chaotic.
very goofy.
It's goofy, but it matches the show.
I love how in the beginning it's just like, I love you, I love you. It's like goofy as well. Wait, okay. Have we done Navi, what's your favorite opening?
It's Oshi. It was between that or Vinland Saga. But I always
Yeah,
have
you
Vinland
told us that
Saga.
before the podcast. I'm
I
mad
always
at
have
you, by
Vinland
the way.
Saga because options, and Oshi just hits different.
I would have gone with Oshi, but then I found a from Amelie English cover of the opening for Oshinoko, and I'm listening to that more than the original, so that what's made it made me bump it down because I just like her cover actually more than the original.
It's unfair. Amelie's covers are always like mostly better. She's really
Yeah.
good at singing. For me, in best opening, I mean, Navi said it's Vinland Saga. Wow, look at that, Vinland Saga again. It's specifically the second opening for season 2, Paradox, where they brought back the guys who did the original opening, and oh my god, it is fucking beautiful. It has some screaming. It has that listen, okay, the way I said melodramatic for Witch from Mercury, this one's like melodramatic in a good way. Very like hard hitting for the moments that follow that season, like that second half of that season. And I think just I never skipped it once, and like I am an anime opening skipper. If I don't like it, I'll skip it. But like this
Oh,
one, no chance.
I'll also say Mashal was probably also pretty up there.
That one was
I-
super
I-
close.
I didn't like Masho as much.
Oh, what? Oh, I thought the opening was awesome. I mean,
I think
I will say-
I think it was goofy. That's what I thought.
yeah, I mean, fair. It's a very
Let me
goofy
see.
show. No, I get what you mean. It's very
yeah,
like lighthearted.
no, no,
and,
it was it was good. It was good. It just wasn't great.
fair enough. I will say
Also-
Mashal did win. Sorry, go ahead, Ben. Win.
I was just gonna say also another like runner up. I'd probably say the Girlfriend season 2 opening. I don't know why, but it's addicting. I don't know why.
I will say Mashal did win my favorite ending theme, which is our next category, just the song at the end. Cho Cream Funk, as it's called, where it's literally just a song about like cream puffs, and it just matches the energy of the
Yeah, that
show
was
in
a
a
really good
perfect
ending.
way.
Yeah, you're right.
Go ahead.
I didn't like it. I was listening to all the closings, and I was like, I listened to like 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm good. But
Oh,
actually,
come on.
you're right on that. It does match the show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like it
Yeah,
matches the
yeah.
show. It adds this level of like, I mean, just like cream puffs are a major part of the show in a way. It's like almost like a protagonist in of itself is the cream puff, and I just think that the ending absolutely nails like the vibe of what they're going for with that show. Bench, what's your favorite ending theme?
My favorite ending is Frierin's ending. And I just think it's
Oh, okay,
just it's hard to put into words what it just like felt like watching that the first time. And it's very rare. I even like watch an ending because like sometimes I just like turn off the show after it's like done. That's what
Yeah.
you do most of the time. But this ending is ending not only watch once, but I may like fast forward it back because I want to watch it again. Because it just hits so hard.
I skip endings way more often than openings. I am an ending
yeah.
hater. So if an ending is good, that means it's really good.
Yep.
Dark, do you have a favorite ending?
I also really don't care about endings. Like when the ending pops up, I just hop off the show most of the time. But I did like
Same.
Bleach's ending, so I'll give it that.
That one is so fucking cool. It is so good.
If I'm being honest, I don't really care, so I don't know if you can count Bleach, but yeah, I like that one.
I mean, yeah, I think this is like a category where it's just like almost feels. Yeah, I guess that one's my favorite. But like, I mean, like Mashal was just so unique. That's why I gave it to that one. I very much
Yeah.
value uniqueness in any.
It's like I'm still very mid on the show in general, but I do really like the opening and ending that they did for Bashal.
What opening are you? Damn it! I am so bad at transitions. What ending are you high on?
You know, thinking about it, like I originally did write down 100 Girlfriends, but then I thought about, I think I actually like the girlfriend ending too. There's something about that is just not only the song, but just the setup of what they actually do in the ending is just a lot of fun. It's such a hard cut whenever an episode ends. I'm like, oh, it's like, oh, we're doing the ending now. Okay, well, this is fine. I like this. There was one other one that I kind of liked this year. What was the other ending?
Well, while you think of that, oh wait, I already. Oh, Navi, what's your favorite ending?
It is Revengers. Tokyo Revengers.
Oh man, Tokyo! I keep forgetting that came out this year.
Yeah, season 3 came
That's
out.
that's such a funny show because it's just like 14-year-olds on bikes, right?
Yeah. So it's actually based on the Arthur's life because he was in the bike gang when he was little. So when he was a teenager. So that's why they're like that, but they act like they're 20 and they're fighting with knives and guns. And I'm just like, this would never happen in real life. But it's fun. It's like JoJo. How these JoJo characters would never act like that in real life.
I heard it's like JoJo, but the problem is that it's not nearly as self-aware as JoJo. That's kind of what I hear.
Yeah, it takes itself very seriously.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. It's not the best time traveling anime, but it's decent.
Wait, that's
I
just
don't
time
even-
travel? Wait, what?
Yeah. Wait, hang on. You just hit me with the fucking twist.
What a whiplash I got from
It's a
that.
time travel anime. You didn't know that?
You
Yeah,
didn't know
it's a
that?
time, yeah, it's a time travel anime. Have you watched Erase?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very similar to Erase, but imagine
Why did I
everyone
think
can
this was
hang.
like just like a game
No,
show? I didn't know this was about time
no.
travel.
It's time travel. It has a little twist. And then
Yeah,
every
I
time
watched
he
the
goes
first,
back
like,
in time,
3 episodes.
every time he goes back in time, he goes back to when he goes back, he has to figure out what happened, and then he has to go back in time again because he has to fix things, and he's trying to
Flash
create
this
this
game
perfect
is
future.
insane.
Yeah, bro's
It
gonna
just
And
reminds
then-
me how much I like
And
Erased.
it's like this weak kid, and he's trying to become the leader of this gang so he can save everyone. It's really good. It's not very good. It's good. Decent.
I
It's like,
heard
wait,
some-
actually, not that good.
I heard that the ending wasn't. They pulled out Attack on Titan with the ending.
Yeah,
I
I
know the
heard
ending frame.
it's
And
good.
it's so. I saw the ending frame and holy shit, it is so funny.
The necks are also so long in that show.
Yeah, that was a weird thing I always noticed. It was just like long ass giraffe ass necks.
One Piece looking at.
Moving on. Best score. So outside of opening and ending, this is actually like the music within the show itself. I'm just gonna go right off the bat. It's Bleach. No contest because Bleach OST is just unfairly good. Obviously, there are other good scores this year, but Bleach is just like to me like heads and shoulders above all these other shows in terms of its OST. I think it was the guy who did Evangelion who did the OST for Bleach, and it shows. I mean, I think they did the Treachery remix this season, and oh my god, Treachery! If you've even if you'll never watch Bleach, just listen to Treachery. That song just does something.
I heard it before. It's been around everywhere.
Well, no, it's the but the remix was this season, I think.
Not true.
OST of the year is actually Free
What-
Run.
Did I call on you, Bench? Do you want
You did.
to pipe down
You
for a
did.
second? I didn't call on you. Okay, because of that, you're going next in line. Dark, what's your best OST of the year?
It's 100% Bleach. That's why I was lucky.
Yes, that's why you're my boy. That's why you're my boy. Bench, now you can go.
Free Run. I don't think you get a lot of anime with actual instrumental opening, like OST, which I think when it happens, it does definitely full instrumental. Like
I know what you mean.
Every
Like what's it called?
an actual orchestra.
Tokyo Ghoul. Something like Tokyo
Yeah.
Ghoul's opening, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, like you have an anime with like a lot of like music now is made with like computers and like them imitating the noise. And I think Free Run is definitely not that. That is actual like live orchestrations, and it helps it stand out. On top of just like being a very just fantasy ass OST in the best way possible. It has like it brings the feelings out. It's just big Lord of the Rings vibes from the whole like OST, and I just need to be able to buy this somewhere because it's just so good.
No, that one's definitely up there for me. I was a big fan of the Free Run OST as well, but again, any year that Bleach comes out, it's just kind of unfair for me.
So the next 2 years.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like how like AOT always won Anime of the Year at the Crunchyroll Awards. It's like expect that for Bleach with me and Best OST. And what's your score of the year?
From what I've actually listened to a Free Run, because I think I'm only like 5 or 6 episodes in, I could go with that. Because what I did listen to, the few scenes that I actually did paint. My problem is we'll get to this on a lot of other topics, but I just do not notice OSTs most of the time. But yeah, I'll either go with Free Run or the Oshinoko because they actually have performances in that, so I'm actually paying attention to the OCT during that time. So it's between those two.
Interesting. Navi, what's your OST of the year?
It's Demon Slayer.
Oh, really? I feel like I don't hear anyone talk about the OST. Is it that good?
It's well, I listened like before this. I went ahead and listened to all the OSTs in like 3 times speed, and Demon Slayer. It just felt like it was really connecting with the show, and it made it more enjoyable for me.
Yeah, the few scenes that I
And
do
speed
remember
or
from
at
Demon
normal
Slayer
speed?
had really good OST.
I think the
all-
Entertainment District arc had a better OST, but this arc was definitely still really good.
You've all watched Demon Slayer except me?
I haven't watched the
Oh, you
latest
haven't?
season. I only
No.
watched up to Entertainment District.
I watched when it first came
it's
out.
a
I
good
watched a bit of
shonen.
it. I'm like, Ufotable killed with the art style. I do not care about this series.
It's a good shonen. If you want to watch a shonen, watch Demon Slayer. That's all.
Interesting.
Don't expect more.
Yeah. But yeah, that's everything in that best score. Here's a bit of a fun category. Most anticipated. Basically what anime is coming out in 2024 that you're like, oh, I just need this right now in my veins. That's what's your most anticipated.
I'd say it's the One Piece Egghead arc that's starting
This
January
man
7th of next year.
Come on.
I mean, starting with One Piece, I started back in 2020 and it was still in the Wano arc, and that just ended. So getting a new arc is definitely exciting. And as a manga reader, knowing what's coming in Egghead and the quality bar they've set for Toei has set for themselves just has me super excited for the Egghead arc. But if we're talking about like actual anime, I'd probably say Solo Leveling or Mushoku Sensei Core 2.
I know what
Well, just-
you mean, but it is funny just saying if we're talking about like real anime.
Yeah.
Damn, One Piece catching strays there. Dark, what about you? What's your most anticipated?
Go anime.
Ooh.
Wait,
Oh?
Wait, what? I guess we can just cut this part out. Is everything good?
Yeah, no one's gone. No one came in.
That was Craig that left and entered.
Oh shit. Is it still recording?
Oh, it said reconnected.
Okay, reconnected. We should be fine.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
let's
so
just
going
cut
back.
this out, Bench. Cut this out, Moon.
Yeah,
Okay,
good.
3, 2. What's your most anticipated?
Yeah, so I have one that's like quote unquote anime that I'm considering anime, even though like I don't know if you can consider it that, and then an actual one. So my actual anime take would probably be Bleach, just because I'm a big fan of the series. But if not, the other one, it's definitely Castlevania Nocturne Season 2. They did a
That
fantastic
counts.
job. That was
That
it.
counts.
Okay, I put it
Yeah.
there.
Okay, who cares? Anime means anything. It's best
Yep.
indie game.
It's how you interpret
uh,
it.
yeah, that's how you
We watched
interpret
Far
it.
Cry yet?
Far Cry's out?
The anime, the what's it
Oh,
called?
Blood Dragon. Blood Dragon.
Knights,
That's what
Blood
you're talking
Dragon Knight.
I
Oh, I've
couldn't-
seen an
I couldn't
episode of
do it.
it. I'm like, what the hell is
It
this?
gets better. It gets a
With-
lot better.
With how I
Well,
saw how they
dude,
treated my boy Rayman.
The Rayman's the best character. He has the best character development. And
That's not.
it's so good. They made him so edgy, and I love it.
I don't know how I
I'll
take
take your word
that.
for it. God, edge lords be taking everything I love. I swear to God. Man, what's your most anticipated anime?
It's gotta. It can't be anything other than what was recently announced with the new series of Bunny Girl Senpai. But I'm looking through the list again because who knows if that even comes out in 2024. So I'm trying to find something else to mention. We don't even know if Konosuba's coming out next year too. Fuck.
we do. They said it's next year.
2024. Fine. Since that actually has a 2024 date, I'll say Konosuba season 3. Also, I want to change my OST to Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
That's a
That
great
was
one.
Oh, interesting.
Dude, it's so it surprised me because it was so anime like, and I was like, what the fuck? So I looked through the credits, and they actually hired people from the anime
Yeah,
industry to
It's an
put
actual
this.
anime studio.
Yeah.
Navi, what's your OST of the year?
Uh, OST
Oh,
was
most anticipated. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. My brain is
most
like short circuit.
anticipated is Bunny Girl Senpai, but if I were to pick an anime that I know comes out next year, it might be what's it called, Blue Demon? The Blue Exorcist.
Blue Exorcist.
Yeah, I've
That's
been
getting
waiting
another
for like
season.
yeah, I've been waiting like I don't know when was the last time, 2016, something like that. I've been waiting a few years for the new season to come out. I haven't rewatched it, so it might be trash. I might have to rewatch it to make sure it's not. But that's what I'm waiting for.
I heard it was kind of like a good shonen, but not one that you would like write home about. That's kind of what I hear. But I haven't watched it.
I really liked it, but I watched it when it first came out, which was like 2013, 2014. So and then season 2 came out like a few years later, and I liked that. But I have changed a lot in the anime taste, so I'm gonna have to rewatch and see if I still like it.
Yeah, that's exciting. My most anticipated, so like what you guys said earlier, Konosuba, Bleach. I'm also extremely excited for Mashal, but my actual most anticipated is the Ginpachi Sensei anime, which is the Gintama spin-off series, and you know,
Oh wait, he left again, I
Gintama's
think.
no, Craig didn't leave.
That was dark.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, technical difficulties, y'all, but we're good. But Genpachi Sensei, that's easily my most anticipated right now because it is a spin-off of Gintama. You know, Gintama
Yeah.
recently ended, and now they're going ahead and they're adapting the light novels, which are basically just like if you were, I don't know, Navi Bench, you guys met Genpachi Sensei, kind of
Yes.
those
Yes,
little shorts.
at the
Yeah,
beginning
there's
of the
again the
episode.
Yep, and they're doing the whole anime about it, and I'm extremely excited about it because
That's gonna be
those
very
shorts were always
funny.
parts.
Wow,
And
Gintama
Sunrise
is so good.
Sunrise Government. It's my favorite anime. Best performance is our next category. Basically, the best like voice acting performance, whether it's dub or sub, you know, whatever floats your boat there, and also male or female. We combined them into one category. I'm just gonna
we
go
did?
immediately. Oh well, you can do both. It's fine if you do both. But I'm just gonna go right off the bat. It's for me, it's Thorfinn, Yuto Uemura.
No,
Uemura.
you watched the sub, right?
Yeah, I watched the sub.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going
Yeah.
to say the dub. I was,
No. It was a fine dub, but I think Yuto Uemura. Yuto, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it, but I think he absolutely nails Thorfinn's character, especially how he is from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. He transitions so well.
I also picked him as my favorite one.
Oh, fuck
he
yeah.
just portrayed depression in just the right way, and it really showed
Exactly.
how he grew as a character.
He starts off as so broken, and then by the
Yeah.
end, you see him as this new man, and you're proud of him in a way. And I
Yeah.
think he nails it from a performance standpoint. Ben, who's your favorite performance?
I'd say it's a duo, but it's like just both the voice actors that voice Rudy and his former self. His former self is voiced by Tomokazu Shigata, and his like reborn Rudy is voiced by Yumi Uchiyama. I mean, just that like duo of voice actors really just nails the character, and they are another reason why the depression felt so real this season.
What about you, Moonlight?
All right, so I had to go. I really had to think about this because it's really hard to point out for me. But one thing I did notice while watching a certain show was just the performance of making certain just noises, if that makes any sense. And the girl who played the lead in The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, some of the sounds she makes of just surprised or confused or anything like was just so different than so many other performances. And it's like it made it really stand out. And I just had to give kudos to her. And I dreaded anyone who had to dub that because I just don't think anyone would be able to match it. It's just so unique. I'm just gonna call out her name right now, Masahiro Ito. Oh, that's Kaide. No, never mind.
Familiar.
Shion Wakayama was her name. But it's really hard to describe it without putting out some clips. But just the way she not only talks, but just certain, and anyone who does any kind of acting will know this, but making expressive noises for certain emotions and whatnot is very hard to do. And then make them unique and stand out is even harder. And she just absolutely nailed that. So I'll have to give it to her.
Doug, who's your favorite performance?
Like endings. The performance is not something I pay attention to unless it's something like extreme. So I'm just gonna go with Johnny Young Bosch as Ichigo, who's like an incredibly talented voice actor
My
who's in
fucking boy.
so much
I
type of
love
shit.
him.
But like, if you want an example of like something extreme which he does pull off, if you know like the white Ichigo noises, that was all him doing that.
Yes.
So I think he does. Even though like
He is
white
so
Ichigo hasn't been in the mix for fucking forever, and like the game coming back anytime soon, but I'm giving it to him.
No, Johnny Young Bosch. I mean, like, enough said. Like, that dude is very fucking good as Ichigo. And then Navi, you already said it. Yours is Thorfinn.
Yeah.
Right? Hell yeah. Next one is gonna be a goofy category. Favorite non-2023 anime. Basically, just like something on your backlog of shows. Like, what's the show that you watched this year for the first time that you had a lot of fun with? Like, just your favorite that didn't come out this year. Bench. I'm gonna start with you.
I honestly like. There's other stuff that I would have put here, but then I remembered I watched Code Geass in January, so I kind of have to put Code Geass as my favorite anime that's not 2023, as it skyrocketed and is my top 3 of all time. Just the story in that anime and just the inner politics intertwining, just like you can't get better than that. And like I still have shock when a certain moment happened in that show in season 1. I think Dark, you know what I'm talking about. That was just like wild. I just like that show is just so damn good.
Wild.
Dark knows what I'm talking about.
Dark ain't listening. He's
I
sleeping.
am. I'm alive. but barely.
No, I get what you mean. It's just that because I had a lot of shows. It's like, oh yeah, I did watch this year. For me, I remembered that I technically was still watching Gintama at the beginning of this year, and that is literally my favorite anime. I didn't start it this year though, so I can go with a different answer
So
if
cheater.
that feels like cheating.
Yes, go with something else.
No, I think it's fine. It's a long ass anime. If it was like 12 episodes maybe, but this is like a.
I watched the majority of it this year.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Because that's literally my favorite anime of all time. So it's a very easy choice for me. Doug, what about you?
I'm probably gonna have to go with Code Geass, yeah. But I watched it towards the very tail end of last year, so I'm counting it.
Did you watch the majority of it this year?
I don't think you watched any
watched
of it
the
this
second.
year.
Yeah, it was like the very tail end
Yeah,
of last year.
Yeah,
You know,
come
we're
on,
going
that
a
doesn't
bit.
count. We'll go back to you. I'll go back to you. That's cheating. Mood, how about you?
So Navi's mentioning it in chat with Steins Gate, and Steins Gate's definitely a worthy contender for something I watched this year that was like really good. But if you listen to any of the past episodes of this show, you would know what show I went on an emotional roller coaster with Love Flops.
This fucking
So
weird
I
ass
have to go
anime.
with that. Any show that makes me like question my sanity, I have to give credit to.
Oh my god,
Don't tell me you
What
know
now?
Love Flops.
Trashy.
There's no way.
this looks trashy.
It that's
Oh,
the
he looked
thing.
it up.
It
I was about to
starts
say.
It looks
trashy.
trashy.
That's how they get you.
If
And then
Navi
it
would have came
doesn't.
out and said he knew the show, I would have lost my mind.
No,
I
this
knew
is
the
a
show
moon
because
show.
like I knew the show because Giguk mentioned it in a stream, like and the anime watch list thing, and I was like, "Oh, this looks like trash."
Yeah,
But
that's how they get you
apparently,
in the first 6 episodes, and then it does a complete heel turn.
I swear. Navi, what about you? What's your favorite non-2023 anime?
The only anime I gave a 10 out of 10, Carol and Tuesday, from the same creators of Cowboy Bebop and what's it called? Shampoo? No, not is it Shampoo? Yeah,
Samurai
Shampoo.
Champloo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Carol and Tuesday.
yeah.
Watanabe.
It's yeah. It's about two girls who one rich girl and one poor girl, and the rich girl runs away to follow her dream to do music, and she finds this poor girl playing outside in the street. She joins them, and they go on an adventure to become famous and become singers. And it's a great little story.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm a big. I enjoyed Cowboy Bebop. I didn't finish it, but I really enjoyed what I watched of it.
I watched that this year. It was good.
This one is very different from his other works. Like his previous
okay.
works, I would say like each episode is pretty much secluded from other episodes. While they might have little connections, the story never overlaps with another episode. This one is just each episode's overlapping. You have to watch each episode to even understand what's happening.
Interesting. Dark, did you find one? You cheater.
I don't remember what I was watching. So I got 2 picks because I can't pick between them. So Monogatari, I didn't finish it because the show it's a lot. If you watch it, you know what I'm talking about.
I heard a lot of good things about it.
It's incredible. This is an incredible series. It's
Yeah.
very similar to Bunny Girl Senpai, but it deals with much heavier topics, and there's a lot to it. I got around like I'm close to
wait.
halfway done with it.
Wait, are you Monogatari?
Yeah,
There's like
okay,
50
there's another anime that came out this year. I was thinking of that one. Yeah. Monogatari is amazing. I like
yeah,
it too.
it's incredible.
I reached season 5, I think. Season 5, which is very weird order, but
I had to take a break because it was getting to the point where it's like it's a lot. But
Is the toothbrush scene as hype as people make it out to be?
I don't know why people hype up that scene. It was fucking weird. But
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, thank you. I'm always
Yeah.
like looking at clips as people are like, yo, it's crazy. And I'm like, this
the show is crazy and it does have moments like that. The show also like it does this thing where it talks to you. Like the world itself will talk to you. And it's like they don't draw any attention to it. It just happens. It's like the coolest shit. But my other pick
Like-
would be Howl's Moving Castle, which is something I watched this year, which was my first Ghibli film, and it was incredible. There's
That's
hype.
good.
I understand the hype around the fucking.
Wait,
The Ghibli
wait,
films.
it's
That's the one
Ghibli?
to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Ghibli? I thought it was
Yeah.
Ghibli.
Ghibli.
it's
Oh.
Ghibli.
It's Ghibli.
No,
Yeah,
no, I'm gonna.
Ghibli.
I'm
I
gonna
always heard
stick with
Ghibli.
calling it Ghibli. I'm in a bad
Ghibli.
mood now. I swear, I thought it was Ghibli.
I always
Damn.
I
heard
need to
Ghibli.
watch. I need to watch a studio from Ghibli.
Same.
Howl's Moving
Maybe.
Castle was
I
really
don't-
fucking good.
I don't know if I really have any interest in any of them. And they're probably good.
That's what I
movies,
thought at first, and then like someone brought me on.
All-
I was like,
all
you know
them
what,
are
let's watch
good.
It was incredible.
They're amazing. Princess Mononoke is the one I always recommend because it's a great one to start with. But you can watch any of them and you have a good time.
Interesting.
All right, since I'm getting raked
Well-
over the coals about love flops, I'm gonna throw out another one.
It's okay, Mood. We're not judging you.
Yes, you are.
That list. What
So also
jealous?
also put out Chivalry of a Failed Knight was also really good this year that I watched.
Wait, hold up. I asked you
So-
about the show. He's like, oh yeah, it's just okay. And now you think it's really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
What is it called?
I asked you about it
You-
the first
you
episode. You
g-
said, oh, it's just okay.
No, you gotta understand when Moon says something is good, it's one of his favorite anime.
I'm in bamboozled. I
Yeah,
love
it's
that
okay.
show though.
Called again?
Probably my
It,
number
it
five
did a lot
favorite
of good.
of all
It did a lot of good stuff that is so different than what others do. So I always got to give props for that.
I do want to know, because this news did come out recently, that in the manga in Japan, because they're having translation issues for some reason, it is concluding. So it does have a full beginning and end, and there's
Well,
gonna be
hopefully
fan
they
translation
can do
soon.
Yeah, the downside to Chivalry is it does have a very weak middle section. Like it starts off really good, drops off, and then it kind of picks up near the end. And I'm like, so that's why I didn't think
Oh.
of it right away.
I watched
I also-
this. I
Yep.
don't I completely forgot about this, but I watched this when it first came out.
You were drunk or high or both.
I love
No,
Stickman.
this was like an anime like that I watched and I was like, okay, that was good,
Yeah,
and I forgot.
it's a really fine show, but it's more like I like the parts of it more than the whole thing.
That opening kind of goes mad fucking hard for no
It
reason.
does.
too.
Yeah, the opening is also actually really good too.
I will say, I did watch. Since I kind of cheated with Gintama, I will also say I watched Komi Can't Communicate this year. I fucking love that show, so that'd probably be my other choice.
What about
Moving
Ranking
on.
of Kings?
Oh my god, Ranking of Kings. That's unfair. I like Komi more, but like barely.
Also, say
I
Steins
do
Gate.
love Ranking.
Let's just go with Steins Gate.
I didn't watch it. There you go. Next is the weeb category, best girl. Someone forced me to put this in. Basically, just your favorite female character from a show. It doesn't even have to be like a oh man, such a babe or anything. Just your favorite. Moon, what's your favorite best girl? Since you put this in.
To avoid going with any of the 100 Girlfriends characters, especially because once I talk about other categories, it wasn't. It's funny that like the 5 that we get in the anime doesn't compare a lot to the rest of them. But so I picked someone else. I actually forgot the show came out this year. That's why I didn't think of it. But the main girl from A Galaxy Next Door, her name's Shiori, and I've been saying this a lot now, but she is such like when you find out her setup for the character for the show, you're like, oh, it's gonna fall into these like stereotypes and cliches and whatnot. She doesn't do a lot of those, which was like a breath of fresh air. So I got to give props for her just being different than what you would expect from the setup of the show, and without going into spoilers. But yeah, I'll go with Shiori from A Galaxy Next Door.
Interesting. Yeah, you talked a lot about the show. I was interested in checking that one out. Bench, who's your best girl?
Purely on like just character and stuff, I'd say Freerin. I think she is just extremely
she's
well
awesome.
written. She's extremely well written. She's ruthless. She's like some of the stuff that happened in the last few episodes just shows that like she's just really ruthless. Like the way she like treated demons and stuff compared to like everyone else because she knows how that kind of like shit goes down, and just like her character growth from Himel's death and like the almost 30 years since then is very apparent.
Crazy, bro's just talking about the whole show.
So, I mean, I'm gonna talk about it more, so I guess I can just save it for now.
Spoiled it.
Yeah.
Best. Dark.
Want to do
Who's
best
your
I
best
boy?
just forgot I existed.
No. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
no.
it's
I
gonna
forgot
be,
how like. I forgot Navi existed too. Okay, I'm
it's
just.
gonna be Mercury. It's gonna be Mercury.
Yeah, it's fucking Cecilia from Witcher Mercury. Like Cecilia,
Yeah.
if you watch the show, she is the most like smug ass fucking character, and like she only appears, I think, for like a total of 10 minutes in the entire series, and she's fucking incredible. It's
If this show,
amazing.
if season 2 didn't come out this year, Dark would have been screwed for these awards, guys. I want you to know. You're like, yeah, Bleach. I guess I don't know.
No, Cecilia, if you just look at the image, she's just a smug ass character. But she does drive the plot forward towards the second half of season 2. So she does have some importance besides just being like a random side character. But man, she's a lot of people who watch the show agree with me.
Navi, who's your best girl?
I'm gonna go basic again, Mikasa. Like I already said, they ended her story so perfectly, and the way they did her objective within the last was amazing. So, gotta be Mikasa.
Yeah, so in a similar fashion, this character appeared quite literally on screen for like I'd say like 5 minutes, if even. Probably said like 1 or 2 lines. She's my girl. I gotta give it to Yoroichi from Bleach. Like, listen, she barely does anything at all this season.
Which one's she? Which one's
She's
she?
the cat. She's the black-haired.
Oh, okay.
Black hair?
So
No,
you-
no,
you-
purple hair.
Oh, purple hair. Same thing.
She has purple hair.
Yeah. What you like about her, huh?
I think she's cool. No, no, it's not like that. It's swear to God, it's not like that.
I
No,
will
actually
say,
think she's a genuinely
you-
really interesting character. I think her backstory is actually really fascinating. The whole idea of like her descending from a long clan and like being pretty much on the same level as a captain, but like kind of doing her own thing. And I love her relationship with all the characters. Just her smug attitude.
Letting you know
I
now,
love
bro.
And
In the
and-
next season. Oh,
She's
boy.
like my top 3 characters in Bleach.
Wolf,
If-
I hope
if-
everyone knows that Wolf was against this category, and now he just
No, what,
chose-
dude? I'm not being horny.
he picked
Wolf
the-
is gonna
he
have a
picked the hor-
spiritual
He
awakening
picked the
in
horniest
the next
one.
season.
I know what happens.
Wolf
When her
picked-
A spiritual
power-
awakening when that scene happens.
Yeah, no, I'm ready
Bench,
for it.
Wolf picked the horniest one out of all of us.
How is she horny? And the fact that you guys immediately are saying she's horny, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. She has a character.
How is she horny? How is she horny?
Y'all, it's not because it's horny. There's zero horniness
Yeah,
involved
I
in this
know.
pick. She's cool. Come on.
Yeah, she
If
is.
you were to
mean,
do this
she can
pick the
be-
next season, it is a different story.
Wolf, she can be cool and horny, a well-written character and horny.
Oh yeah, no, that's facts though. But like I picked her because she's a well-written character. No one's gonna believe me.
I just
Best
want to
boy.
know that when you Google Yoriichi on Google, the first question comes up: why does Yoriichi turn into a cat?
No, why not?
Spoilers! I don't know how to tell you that. Best boy. I'm just gonna immediately. It's Thorfinn for me. I'm sorry. Like I've already talked more than enough about Thorfinn and his character, so yeah, he's best boy. Bench, best boy.
Yeah, it's Rudy again. I guess I talked about him as well, so we can move on.
Okay. Dark, what about you, best boy?
It's gonna be Ichigo for me.
That's my guy. That's my fucking guy.
I think
The
Ichigo
best
will be
boy-
like the best boy for me next year too.
It's kind of crazy. It's just like this category is just like, yeah, we already know. Navi, what's your best boy?
It's Aqua. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I would
I
have
was about to
actually just
strangle a
kicked you
bitch.
out.
It is what's his name? It's the Demon Slayer character.
Tanjiro.
Tanjiro?
I don't know how
No.
to his name. Ta-
Is that
Ito?
Inosuke's?
the new guy, the one with the blue eyes. How do you pronounce his name? Mochirio?
Chico?
Oh,
The-
I know the snake guy.
No, not the snake guy. The guy who was the main character.
Oh yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to-
the mist guy. The mist guy.
Yeah, the mist guy. Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Best boy, but
Yeah,
I don't know
great.
his name.
I
The
know
guy
his name. I
that
just don't know how to pronounce it. Tokito. I'm not sure. But he had great character development throughout.
Oh yeah,
the-
for sure. For
So,
sure.
yeah.
Hell yeah, that's my guy. Moon, who's your best boy?
I have to give it for Rentaro. The man's the biggest Chad out there.
I mean, listen, I respect it. You were saying like
Yeah.
it's a trashy pick, but like unironically, the dude's a Chad.
Yeah.
Like we thought we had like the biggest Chad in rom-coms with
Kazuma?
Tadano from Komi. It's
Thuggee?
like no, he
Oh,
runs
that's my
laps
guy.
around Tadano,
Okay, let's calm down.
especially in the manga. Like once you see what he does.
Yeah, let's
I
calm
thought
down.
Kazuya was the best.
Kazuya Mishima?
Or like the one from
That's a
Rent a
Tekken
Girlfriend.
reference.
No, that's the biggest simp.
Hey.
That's the ironic twist.
Went to Girlfriend's
Uh,
good.
It's
Best
good trash.
animation.
Yes.
Hate you guys. The next category is best animation studio. Basically, just like recognizing the work of the animators. Mappa's banned from this category because they're fucking horrific. The work practices there are god awful. So,
Granted,
Ben,
we-
choose your.
Pretty
Oh,
sure that's
go
like
ahead.
every studio.
Oh yeah, but like Mappa's way worse than the others. Like it's.
Nappa's public
Like-
about it, so we can shame them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it works.
It's a major issue throughout Japan, but like Mappa
Yeah.
is egregiously bad, like in comparison. even then. But Ben, choose your favorite animation studio.
I'd
this
give
year.
it to Madhouse. I think they're definitely a studio that's kind of been quietly working, and with Freerun, they really got a big hit after a while, and just like the it just continues to like amaze me with the animation, the fluidity, and just like the watercolors. Just it can't get better than that. I mean, and you have to also take into account like the animation of like the opening and the ending, especially. It's all very good.
I'm gonna jump in on that. Madhouse is also my pick. I think Madhouse is a studio that was basically like these heavy hitters around the 2000s because they were the guys who did like Death Note, Black Lagoon,
Hunter x
all
Hunter.
that. Yeah, that, and then from there, like they were like these overpowered beasts. But then they kind of like went quiet for a while, and a lot of the people who left Madhouse went to be in Mappa. And it's funny because they left Madhouse because of the overworking and the horrible conditions. But then Mappa, we know what happens there. But now apparently with Madhouse, with how Freerun is, obviously like no work culture in Japan is ever perfect. But from what I heard, it's a lot better at Madhouse in
Yeah.
comparison to a lot of other studios. So I just want to give it to that, just for that.
Also,
Also, they
pumping
did
out
One
like
Punch Man season 1. So
also
Yeah.
like 28 consecutive episodes. It's pretty nuts.
yeah, exactly.
And if
Yeah,
it's
my
like a
favorite-
quality bar,
Navi, go ahead.
My favorite show from them is Attack on Titan. Not Attack on Titan. Hunter x Hunter.
we won't talk
Oh,
about
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Wham, Ben, shut up. Moving on. Moon, who's your favorite animation studio?
I'll get more into this when we go to the best visuals animation category, but I'll just go with the studio that did the Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, and they came out of nowhere. I
That's-
just looked at their lineup, and they haven't done too many shows, but they went unnecessarily hard on this show for whatever reason. And like I said, I'll go into it on the next category.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
100%.
animation looked beautiful from what I've seen.
What's his name? Dark. Sorry, Dark.
What's his name? Damn.
My bad. What's your best animation studio?
Alright, so normally it'll be Ufotable, but since they were against it, since they didn't really put anything out that I watched this year, I'll give it to Studio
Fair enough.
Sunrise because of Witch from Mercury.
Sunrise,
They did a
bro,
really good job with the.
They're so good. They did Gintama. I love that studio.
Sunrise is
they're
goat.
fantastic.
Sunrise is the goat.
They did a great job.
Moving on. Oh wait, not moving on. Wait, no, we did all ours. Okay, never mind.
Ufotable
wait.
is mine.
Oh yeah, sorry, Navi. I'm sorry, because like you said, sorry, I'm stupid.
No.
No,
Ufotable
yeah,
is mine.
Ufotable for you.
Yeah, Demon Slayer is still looks great.
Yeah, if I watched Demon Slayer this year, I probably would have also said them.
Moving on.
Any votes?
Moving on. Best visuals and animation. This kind of goes like with the best animation studio, but like kind of this is more so like how does the show look? How does it move? How does it feel? I guess. How does it smell?
Television.
Bench. What's the best visuals animation for you?
It came out in the West this year, so I'm counting it. But it's Suzume. Recently watched that. Absolutely gorgeous movie. Well, I have some kind of, it's like a solid 8 out of 10 movie, but it's like the best looking anime I've ever watched. That's for sure.
Suzume was really
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh my god, I am forgetting everyone's name. Dark.
Yes, it's always him.
That's crazy. I'm fucked up.
That's crazy.
What is your favorite visuals and animation from this year?
It'd have to be the Sunrise again. They went hard for no reason, but I'm glad that they
Mercury.
did.
2D
Yeah.
mix. That's a big thing.
Just
I heard.
fucking 2D anything, bro.
Yeah, like the fights and the special effects on when they do all their like special moves and whatnot are just crazy in that show.
Moon, what about you?
So like I said, it's with Gohan's and what they did with A Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. That the animation on the girl's hair is one thing, and then if you even just watch the opening with all the flower petals and everything, it's just like, why did they go this hard on the like the story itself is fine, but the animation is like so top tier. I don't know why they went this hard, and it's just like a stunning visual thing to just watch. There are some weird parts where they use 3D animation but still keep the characters 2D, and when it's like a tracking shot, it's kind of awkward. But when they don't do that, it's really pretty, and I can't explain it. Did we lose everyone?
Yeah, I was just.
I'm still here.
Did we lose Wolf?
The
Wolf,
wolf
you
fell
here?
off.
Sorry, my mic was muted. Navi, what's your best visuals animation?
It's gonna be Demon Slayer, but I would say Asterisk. I'm only on season 1, but I'm pretty sure the animation and the way it looks keeps on getting better. Mercury Witch. It is one of the best looking Gundams with the best animation. Everything moves so fast and it looks amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. I'm gonna go with a weird pick, but I don't know. This is the show that I genuinely just. I didn't want to just go Vinland Saga again, so I wanted to do something different. I went with The Dangers in My Heart. I think Moon watched this one, right?
Yeah, I did.
I love the animation in this show. I
It
think
was
it's
nice,
just.
but nothing about it was like standout. At least I don't think.
I mean, it's just like that's the thing. I'm not the biggest animation guy. Or like. I don't think about animation as much, kind of like how Dark is with like the endings or voice performances. That's me with animation. But like I don't know, like there were certain scenes that I feel like were just really strong, just still shots, and I think those are kind of some of my favorite moments in any anime. Just like a really nice still shot they could put as a desktop background, basically.
Maybe I'll
It
need to
looks
rewatch
pretty.
it.
It's very pretty.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, a lot.
I am-
Because that's also
God,
the
I'm
thing with Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses is it's the lighting and it just feels so different compared to a lot of the other, at least comparing them to other rom-com animes where they do kind of all look very similar, and then you do every once in a while get one that does something just a little bit different for to stand out. Maybe Dangers, I can't remember, because that was like one of the first things I watched this year, so it's been like 11 months since I watched it.
Yeah, it's one
But
of those things that kind of left your brain probably, but like I love that show, watching it week to week.
yeah, so but I don't know, just something about I always go back to the hair and the flower petals that are always in this The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. I don't know, and the lighting. There's certain shots, especially when they're at sunset. There's a lot of sunset in this show, and it just looks always really pretty.
Oh yeah. Moving on. We're going into the big categories now. We got the best new anime, the best returning series, and then anime of the year. Let's start with best new anime. Basically, brand new show, season 1 at the very season 1 anime basically. Nothing like oh man, One Piece. Basically.
One Piece.
But yeah, Bench, what's your best brand new anime this year?
I think it's kind of obvious, but definitely Frieren. It's something that wasn't even on my radar like 3 months ago. I didn't even know what it was, and it came out, and it's like now one of my favorite things to watch every week, and maybe make my top 10 when all is said and done. So that's definitely my favorite of the year.
Hell yeah. Dark, what about you?
It's rerun. Like if everybody talks praises about the show, they talk praises for a reason. It goes to rerun.
Damn, okay. Sweep. Vid, what about you?
This is new anime, right?
Yeah, brand new.
I have to go with 100 Girlfriends, and with the asterisk that the anime that what we got so far of the 10 episodes that are out right now is perfectly fine, but it sent me down the path to read the manga, and that it just became my favorite thing of the year that I participated in. I still have brain rot from it. I'm still thinking about it. So it's like, yeah, 100 Girlfriends, but the asterisks of the manga.
Hell yeah. No, 100 Girlfriends is fucking amazing. That's up there for me as well. Navi, what's your best brand new anime?
The anime you hated the most, Oshinoko.
Damn it.
Banger.
I
watched one
it's
episode.
look. So it's the best idol anime. I don't think there's all other idol animes are either comedy or they're made for younger audience. And this
Zombieland Saga is
was
also really good.
yeah, that's a comedy. That one's a comedy, and I watched season 1. It was alright.
Yeah.
But Oshino Koko actually goes deep into what idols face every day and the dark side, and they actually take inspiration from real life idols or what happened to them, and it really shows you a whole different view of what idols have to go through on day-to-day basis. Now I understand the why people hate it because of the detective reborn aspect of it, and it didn't really affect me that much. It did get in the way sometimes, but then it created some fun scenes as well. So it's still one of the best idol animes. It's like a 4 out of 5 for me.
Like I said with the supporting anime, like I liked everything else about that show, but whenever it focused on Aqua, which was a lot of the time,
Yeah.
I didn't like it. But everything else with like just dealing with the whole cancel culture thing, the
Yeah.
trying to break out as an idol, and all this other stuff, and when we're going into the next season with the big play arc that they're going to be doing, that all sounds really interesting. But please leave Aqua at
Play arc.
home.
I personally don't hate Aqua as much as everyone else. I don't like him, but I don't
Do you
mind
like him more than Light?
No.
No.
Light's
Yeah.
like one of the
Don't
best
even.
rating characters.
Yeah. You had to think about it for a second. I'm never gonna forgive you for that. Moving on. Wait, hang on. Actually, I need to do mine. There was actually a lot of shows this year that brand new that I really enjoyed. One show I do want to shout out that I feel like did not get enough love this year, Buddy Daddies. I feel like the show
Yeah,
kind of
Buddy
came
Dad
in
is
mid.
great.
I
It
really
is
wanted to watch
awesome.
that.
It
It is literally reverse Spy X Family. It's just
Yes.
what was it, gay Spy X Family, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, it's two dads raising a daughter, and I am a big sucker for father-daughter relations, and they absolutely nailed it with this show. And I think like everything about it is just so much fun, and it is so nice to watch a season 1 of an anime, and it ends, and the ending is so wholesome. Like it's just like oh, thank God, that's it, that's all I need. But that's not my favorite new anime. I also gonna give it to Dangerous in My Heart for my favorite new anime. I'm a sucker for a good rom com. I think this is one of my favorites of all time. I just love the relationship between Yamada and Kyotaro. It doesn't break any new bounds. It does anything crazy, but like it's just a feel good show.
It
Like
was
that's kind
good.
of why I like rom coms. It
Uh,
feels good.
If we want to do a special shout out, I'll give a special shout out to My Clueless First Friend. Some of the comedy of that is like really good, especially particularly in the English dub. They got like some of their best writers on that. And it was just a joy. It was the best like comfort show for me.
I also want to shout out Mashal and Zom 100. Those are up there
Oh
as
yeah,
well
for
me.
sure.
Yeah, Zom 100. Whenever we get those last 3 episodes.
They'll be
Also-
good. We know that.
They'll be good. I will also say I haven't really gone that far into it, but Shangri-La Frontier is really fucking good. the
that's
few
one-
episodes I've watched, it is a fun show.
I'm
I
waiting
wanna
for
watch
that to
I wanna
pile
watch
up.
that. Yeah. Isn't the sub done? I know the dub is still going, but I think the sub is done for Shangri-La Frontier.
I think
No, it's
going.
still going, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Or there's probably like 3 or more so episodes probably. But yeah, I'm like halfway through it and I really enjoyed it. But best returning series. That's a bit more interesting conversation. Basically, a show that like had a season 2, season 3, or whatever, anything that came out like that already existed. Also, I'm immediately banning One Piece, Bench. Don't you dare.
No, I'm sorry.
But yeah, what's your best returning show, Bench?
It is definitely Mushoku Tensei, as I've talked about. But I did want to talk about One Piece a little bit. If
You'll
I can
talk
talk
about
One
One Piece
Piece
later. You can talk about it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, it sounds so sad. It's like, man, I never get to talk about One Piece on this show.
I thought I'd just get it over with because you don't want me to talk about it. But
You can talk about it real fast. Just get it over with.
this has been the best year for the One Piece anime because it just like exceeded new heights, and the climax of Wano was very good. Everyone should watch One Piece.
The animation is beautiful.
Yeah, they really did.
Gear
good for
5
that
is
this year.
epic.
Pacing is still awful, but hey. I might as well go real quick. Best returning series. Shocker, it's Vinland Saga season 2. I just think they fucking nailed it. Like everything about this season. I would go as far to say I don't know how controversial this is. I think Vinland Saga season 2 is better than the first. Where I think the first was first was very much action focused, but this one is the farm arc, and like people are saying like, oh man, this is gonna weed out all the people, but like watching it, it hit for me where it is slower. It is so much more character development focused. Like it's literally just a farmland arc, and they just
Farm
nailed it.
arc.
Yeah.
No, unironically, it is. And then the
So,
fucking ending.
so this
Go
is
ahead, Marvin.
mine too. This is
Hell
mine
yeah,
too.
that's my guy.
And this made season one. I liked it, but I didn't watch season one because of the story. The story was good. It wasn't amazing. I watched it because the fight scenes and the war scenes were really good. So, but then you get to season two, and they start focusing less on the combat and a lot more on the story, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? And then they're gaining character development, and then everything's just changed. It's like a completely different anime. But season two made season one even better. So to me, season one was like an 8, and then I watched season two, and season two was like a 10 out of 10, and made season one even better for me. So when I went to go rewatch it, uh, it made it a lot more enjoyable.
That's interesting because like I'm someone who like loves the story in season one. I thought the story was very well handled. Obviously,
Yeah,
it's very
it
much
was
a
good.
revenge.
It was good.
It's mostly in the
But it wasn't
moments.
it wasn't at the level of what season two is. Like I thought it
Yeah,
was like a 8 out of 10 story.
no, yeah, no. I mean, like literally, like that is such a like season two. I would genuinely say is one of the best in all of anime.
It
Like
it
straight,
has one of the best time skips in all anime.
100%. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I love season two. Moon, what's your best returning series?
It was kind of hard to pick, but I think I finally eventually settled on Horimiya: The Missing Pieces. While not the season totally is great because the way the whole season was handled is just a lot of pickup bits from stuff that they didn't animate in the first season because they kind of just did a sloppy job with the timeline, I guess if you want to call it. But what this does is make the whole complete animated series of Horimiya better, which you have to like look online and find the like timeline to watch all the episodes in the correct order. But when you do that, it's a super enjoyable experience. All the characters are still great. It's just weird watching the missing
Wait,
pieces as they released.
so they released everything out of order?
What happened with season one was it kind of went along as the manga slash web comic went, and then like the last 2 or 3 episodes they skipped a lot of stuff, like entire arcs, and went straight to graduation, their
Oh,
graduation. So season two is just all the stuff that happened that got skipped over.
that makes sense. I was confused why season two was coming out because the story was basically complete.
Yeah. So, and that's why it's called the missing pieces, because it's just going back to all the different parts of them still in high school before graduation. So it is awkward to watch the episodes because literally the first episode of season 2 was even before they started dating in season 1, which is like episode 3 of season 1.
You have to rewatch the whole anime to even watch this then.
Yeah, same thing. Thankfully,
Yeah.
people I think at Crunchyroll or some writer actually pieced it all together down to even like episode segments, because each episode is like 3 mini stories. So
I'm not doing that.
no,
Oh my
you don't have
God.
to, but I think there's at least like a general broad like watch this episode of season 1, then this episode of season 2, so
I'm
you
just
have a much clearer picture.
if you tell me to go like, okay, so you want to get 5 minutes into this episode, and then you want to get 5 minutes into that episode, and then you could go back. I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
The way you talked about it, I thought it was like you watch this episode in season 1, and then you watch like 2 episodes of Missing Pieces or something like that. But
you can.
the segment, oof.
You can.
There's another
but
anime that does that. I forget which one.
There's a lot of anime.
Yeah, so but it is just nice because Horimiya is like a special anime to me, and I should read the manga. But so it was just nice to, because when we got that news back in season 1 that like, yeah, we're skipping over like 3 or 4 arcs and then just going right to graduation, it was like heartbreaking. Like, yeah, the show's just over, and then they come out and say, yeah, you know what, this was popular enough, we'll animate the rest. So it's just nice to get back what we lost.
Dark, is
So
your
the
best
story's
returning series?
complete now,
Oh,
right?
sorry. God.
The story's complete now for Horimiya?
Yeah, like
Oh,
I think there are still some things they didn't animate. Obviously that always happens with anime, but I think like the majority of it now is all animated because the manga / webcomic is complete.
Dark, is your favorite returning series Witch from Mercury?
It's definitely up there, but it's actually not my best.
Oh.
For me, it's gonna be Bleach. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's because of, I read the manga when it was coming out, and knowing what's coming and watching it get animated and seeing how people react to it, to me, has been amazing.
I
They've
want you to
been doing
know.
an incredible job, like animating everything. And
I
what's
have-
to come is insane.
I have no idea like where they go. The way that this season ended, I'm like,
Yep.
where does it go? You're just like,
It
how
goes.
does
How did it end? Where
don't
are
spoil.
they?
I mean, do we want to spoil?
It was summer.
mean-
Moon's not
I
gonna
mean-
watch it.
No.
Wait, no. Just say
okay,
just say
spoiler
something
warning.
that no one will understand.
Yeah. It's the clapping hand. You know that part?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's where it ended. That's why I'm like, oh man, where does it go from here?
Wait, so you're reading
Um,
the manga, Dark? While you're
I haven't
watching
read
it?
it. I read it
I
when
mean,
it came out,
I've read it a while ago.
but I
Oh,
know
you-
what's coming. But I love watching like how they're gonna animate certain scenes, how people are gonna react
what
to
they
it.
add.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
like
that they added.
that's
there.
the thing. That's the most valuable thing about it is what they have.
Listen, all
And you're basically reacting with everyone else once season 3 comes.
Reacting to
Season
the
3, right?
reactions.
yeah.
Well, because you're reacting because they're adding a whole bunch of new content. Season 3 or 4? It's 4, right?
Right
They're
now.
adding
Oh,
because
so wait, are you saying?
they didn't finish the manga, so they're adding a whole bunch of new content to it. And that's
No,
the
it
part
was
I'm
it was that the manga
excited
was
for.
rushed at the end. That's what I
Manga
heard.
was
No,
rushed.
it
It's
wasn't.
complete.
It was rushed, but the way they did is they cut a lot of content out.
Yeah, and they're putting that stuff back
Okay.
in the anime.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. And basically,
That's-
even manga readers are going to react the same way as anime reader. Like one of the first few times that happened.
I mean, like, listen, I just got to give a shout out Kenpachi in this season. That
Yeah.
fight, I
Dude,
think if we were doing fight of the year, that's fight of the year,
Eh.
like easily.
It's up there.
Yeah.
he's,
Come on.
Which one
Oh.
was a really good fight of the year?
Kenpachi's fight was amazing.
Year
I love
5.
that fight so much. See, this is the problem with One Piece fans. They always got to ruin it for everyone else.
It's gonna be really hard, but there's gonna be a moment next season in Bleach. I know Bench knows because we talked about it before. It's gonna be really hard to top for me in terms of like best moments of anime. If they do it properly, like I think they will.
Is it when someone comes back?
Yes.
Hey, hang on,
Yeah,
because now
yeah.
I'm gonna get spoiled. Be
Got it.
careful.
No, that's all I need to know. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time we get to the big boy category. Anime of the year. Basically, just no rules. What's your favorite anime that came out this year? I'm just gonna. Obvious choice is obvious. It's Vinland Saga for me. This is literally like a top 5 anime for me of all time. Like I think Vinland Saga just exemplifies what I love about anime, especially this season. Just showing, hey, you can have characters develop naturally over time, and just the writing is on another level. I can't exemplify enough how incredible Vinland Saga is. I hope everyone gives it the respect it deserves by the end of the year because it came out earlier in the year. Maybe people will forget, but like genuinely, I don't know how you can forget about the emotions that show leaves you on.
I'm on the same boat. It is my anime of the year as well.
Hell yeah, that's my guy. Veg, what's your anime of the year?
It is Frieren.
Even above
Mushoku
Mushoku
Tensei. Above season 2 of Mushoku Tensei.
Oh,
I like
fair.
season. I think if we were comparing it with season 1 would have had it. Like going in to after I watched Mushoku Tensei in April, I thought season 2 would easily be the steal. And season 2 was excellent, but it definitely didn't hit the highs of. And it wasn't supposed to hit the highs. It was definitely a slowed down arc, which was perfectly fine, and they nailed that. And I hear like apparently next, like Korra's gonna go nuts, which I'm excited for. But Frieren, just like it came out of nowhere. It's been just an absolute delight, and I look forward to like watching every week. And the progression of the characters has just been truly like a sight to behold. Like just like everything about it is amazing.
That's awesome. No, I want to.
How many episodes are there right now?
There is 13, and there's going to be
So-
28.
They're doing 28. That's a
Yep.
weird number.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like that's a weird number to leave off on. Moon, what's your
Well-
anime of the year?
Oh.
Wait, did you have something else to say about Free Run?
Well, it could have been because they dropped the first 4 episodes at once. I don't know. And it adds to like 24 weeks or whatever.
Moon, anime of the year. Give it to me, bud.
It feels like a cop out to say 100 Girlfriends.
Say
because
it.
It's no, because we're talking anime, and it's mainly for the manga that's carrying it. Like I have such a bias for it now because of reading ahead on the manga.
You're a manga reader. No.
Yes. I was just saying this in chat the other night. Like, is this what like One Piece manga readers feel like all the time? Like, it feels like a power
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah, you have all the
superiority.
power. You
It's
can
like
ruin
all-
someone's life.
I could
It's-
spoil you.
So it does feel weird to say that, but I think it's because I literally starve myself of anything other than just like these simple rom-coms of just like it feels like I ate nothing but junk food this year of terms of anime with very few things that have actual substance. So
You watched 9 episodes of Death Note, and we're like,
Yeah.
ah. You liked it too. That's what
yeah, I
it
liked
always
it. I
be.
need to get back to it, but I'm just so busy, and all I can squeeze in time for is just like my weekly shows.
That's fair enough.
So you know what? I'm just gonna ride the same train. I'm gonna go with Free Run because I do like what I've watched so far, and I do want to
Say
continue
100
watching it.
girlfriends. Be a real
Say it.
person. Come on.
Fine,
come
I'll be
on.
the real.
on.
I'll
Yeah.
say the real man and say 100 Girlfriends. There, you happy?
Hey,
There you go.
good man.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna say the vending machine. isekai.
Yes, I wanted to bring that up. That show is better than it needs to be. That's all I'll say.
So yeah, I'll say 100
Yeah.
Girlfriends. It
I don't believe you.
The vending machine? No, I'm not. joking.
Yeah.
It is so fun.
I haven't
is
finished
such-
it yet, but from what I think
Me
I saw
neither,
like
but-
4 episodes or something. It's
It's
it
really
has no
cute.
right being as good as it is.
It's genuinely like it's a vibe show where it's just like long day of work. You're like, fuck it, vending machine isekai, and it's fun. Dark, what is your anime of the year?
100% Wish from Mercury. Without a doubt, the animation, the way that the story unfolded. Look, Bandai did something incredible with the show. They did everything right until the end where they try to say, "Oh yeah, it didn't happen." You don't listen to Bandai. You don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The show was incredible, and whatever Bandai said, yeah, they're talking out their ass.
That's crazy. Nah, I heard about what happened at the end. That's funny as hell.
They
So, we
obviously
got-
don't know their audience.
So we got 2 votes for well, not votes. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter, but like two people saying Vinland Saga, 2 people, or no, 1 person saying Free Run, 1 doing 100 Girlfriends, and then 1 with Gundam. That means Vinland Saga wins. Hey, I don't make the rules, baby, but that's just how it is.
Did Vinland
yeah.
Saga win any Crunchyroll awards?
That hasn't
Uh,
happened yet.
those
That's
have
in
not.
Oh, that hasn't
January.
happened yet?
I
January.
want you to know, I don't think Attack on Titan can be nominated for anything. I think this will
Nope.
be a Crunchyroll
Mm.
awards that'll actually be interesting for once,
Wait,
guys.
No, they can be nominated. What are you talking about?
No, there's
No,
a
no,
weird
they don't
cutoff.
count
You get the fall seasons the next year. However, Chainsaw Man can be
Oh.
counted, so we lost.
We lost. Well. Maybe next year, guys. Maybe next year.
Season 1 was
But yeah.
That's
bad.
Attack on Titan again.
But yeah, that is everything in regards to anime of the year. We had some fun awards. I think we had a good time overall. Do we want to like add some shows that we're watching, or do we think that it's all good, or do we want to leave it off?
I think it's good there. Unless you guys want to talk about something.
Derek just wants to go to
It's
bed.
like the only thing I've been doing is fucking reading 100 Girls manga, so I haven't really had much else.
Gintama,
Yeah, I
good.
Gintama is so fucking good. I am watching
Fairy
this other
Tail?
show.
Fairy Tail is
No,
for
it's
80-year-olds.
it's peak.
80-year-olds?
80-year-olds, man, they really cornered that
You're
market.
gonna give 80-year-olds a fucking
Okay,
stroke,
I
bro?
thought- I thought you said 80. I was just like, that's a
That's what I
market
thought
to
too.
quarter.
No, 8.
It's
Oh, man.
peak.
Fairy Tale hate, man, you don't see that often.
It's
See it all the
it's like Dragon Tales, because they both use the same power of friendship.
Whoa, okay,
works.
let's calm down with the
The
Dragon
shade
Tales
being thrown is
comparison.
insane.
Yeah, let's actually calm down with the Dragon Tales hate. I don't care about Fairy Tail, but Dragon Tales, come on.
Another show I can just briefly talk about because I forgot to mention it either the last episode or the one before that, but in between the Love Flops craziness that happened and whatever else I moved on to, I watched a different show called Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, and that
Oh,
was
yeah, I heard that
actually
one was good.
it's actually pretty good. It's very very in line with Teasing Master Takage-san, where it's just the misadventures of these two young kids, and clearly one is very into the other, but the other is dense as a brick. But what it's fun about this show over Teasing Master, even though I think Teasing Master is slightly better overall, is Kubo has a running gag of a character trait, and literally is in the title of the show, Won't Let Me Be Invisible. This kid is like so doesn't stand out. He's practically invisible to most people, where they're constantly bumping into him. They don't like people at stores don't see him when he's like, hey, like, can I get some help here? Stuff like that. The funniest thing is like literally the first thing of the show in the first episode is, you know how like in yearbooks when someone is absent for like photo day, they like Photoshop a picture of the kid in like the corner or
Yeah.
whatever. They he says, yeah, I was they all thought I was absent for picture day and I wasn't. Like you could see him like actually in the group photo and he's photoshopped in the corner as well. So that was like the best joke of the whole series. I don't know why that got such a good laugh out of me. But
I
it's
also-
stuff.
Oh, you can go.
I was just gonna say, and it's actually what's funny is like that's one of the best jokes in the whole show, but it also ties into a really sweet character development at the end of the series. So I got to give special shouts to that writing. But this show is just a lot of fun. It's a very good comfort show, of because they're I don't know why, but these particular shows always have to be like late middle school. They never hit high school in these shows. It's very weird. But it's a cute show, and if you like shows like I said, Teasing Master, and just a lot of one-sided relationships, and the guy just does not seem to comprehend that a girl can like him kind of shows, then I would say definitely check this out.
90% of rom-coms, by the way.
Pretty much. Man is
Bench.
dense.
Bench, you wanted to interrupt. Go ahead.
Last thing I'll say is I did finish Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, and that was just a fantastic emotional finale. Can't say much more than that.
I finished that 2 weeks ago. It's still great as ending. Very sad. I love it.
Very sad.
Yeah, bro was like live tweeting his depression.
Mercury
It's tragic.
Witch. Mercury Witch might slightly be better than Blood because that was my favorite Gundam. But
You
I
need to
think
watch-
Mercury just gonna take that over.
You need to watch Double O. Like, actually. It's also very good.
I don't know, man. I'll see.
If we wanted to also say disappointed show of the year, I haven't finished it yet because it's such a drag to get through now. Life Lessons with Oromichi Onisan. I had like some high hopes going into the show because I heard a lot when it
Okay.
was airing, and
No,
I
you made
just-
that up.
No, it's literally a
ahead.
show about a guy who works on like a small children's television program, like a Barney or
Oh, that
Sesame
was last
Street
year.
or something like that. But he is like super depressed, and it's the whole comedy comes from him just like dropping adult truth bombs on these kids and just being overall depressed with life, and it just doesn't hit for some reason. I thought it would, but it just does not hit at all, and I'm just not enjoying spending my time with. Once again, the main characters are drag. The side characters are all right because they are dealing with this like depressed main character. But it's funny to like watch him put on this fake smile for the kids and all that. But I had such high hopes for this show because I thought it would be a little different, and it just does not land.
The Konosuba spinoff was incredibly disappointing.
Yeah, I agree with that one. But that's everything. Got a lot of anime to talk about. Fun show
Yep.
all around. I will say you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and Audible. Make sure to like the podcast. We're a growing podcast network. Any support is helpful. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. Also, make sure to check us out on Slice of Gaming, our main channel, and check out our Twitter account, A Slice of Gaming, over there. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thank you all so much for watching. Say goodbye, everybody.
Have a good
Bye.
one.
Have a
guys.
good
See
night.
ya.